Hey everyone, Jason Shepard here of MzeroA.com alongside good friend Shawn Mullin, the president, the owner of Elite Flight Training here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We're sitting in his office now and we're talking Checkride stuff. In fact, if you came to do a Checkride with Shawn, this is probably right where you sat. So it might be familiar for some people watching this. But Shawn, we wanted to chat a little bit. We've talked about what to expect on a Checkride, but run me through that Checkride process. I mean, start me with the paperwork and everything, and how the paperwork has changed. You and I come from the 8710 background. This IACRA thing's taken over. Run me through all this.
So I think one of the most important things to understand is that there are some formalities that have to be met. The biggest things to talk about is that we have the paperwork issue. So we need to validate who you are, how you received your training, who you received your training from. We get that stuff from your logbook. We have the 8710 or the IACRA, which is probably 99.9% of check rides are accomplished through these days. And then once we understand that we have all the paperwork with us, now we have to make sure that it's filled out correctly. And this is one of the most frustrating things, not necessarily for me, because I understand it happens, but for a student and for an instructor, it is just, I think sometimes it becomes a barrier for some people to get through, but they just don't meet the qualifications. And I think that's one of the things we wanted to talk about was, you know, we've had applicants for commercial check rides or private pilot check rides that interpreted the rules differently and didn't ask anyone until they showed up, and they thought that they could fly at night and under the hood all at the same time and count those towards all the requirements.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, it's a little hard to navigate via outside references at night if you're wearing the hood as well.
Right.
And it may go in your logbook correctly, but it doesn't meet the requirements of the subpart. Right. So when you look at the requirements, it says you must receive training in the areas of operation or must receive the required training per this regulation. Your logbook is a great place to put it, but I don't think it covers enough detail sometimes. And without that detail, it becomes a question and answer game of us trying to figure out and make sure that we understand where you go.
Yeah, no, and it sounds like, too, that we spend a lot of time on the ground. If we had to divide up a check ride, how much would you say is paperwork? How much is the actual oral exam? And how much is the flight?
Oh, man. It's I would say the paperwork and the formalities and the briefings that we must give probably accomplish, I would say, 25 to 30% of the test.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of preparation, and like anything in life, the more and the better you are prepared, the smoother the process goes. So if we spend 25% of the time communicating and preparing on the ground, I would say 30% is then done on the ground as the oral exam, and the remainder is done out in the aircraft.
Wow, wow. Guys, listen, if you have any check ride questions for Shawn, leave us a comment down underneath this video on MzeroA.com. You know you get a response from myself or from Shawn. Guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and most importantly, remember that a good pilot is always learning. Have a great day, guys. See ya. Pass your check ride or I'll pay for it. If you love this video, you'll love our online ground school. Online ground school members get access to complete private and instrument pilot ground school courses, as well as live weekly webinars and mock check rides with me. Not to mention our brand new written test prep bootcamp series geared towards the FAA's recent changes. These great videos you see on YouTube just scratch the surface of what we really produce for our online ground school members. There's absolutely no risk to you. If after 30 days you don't like our course, I'll refund your money. If you don't pass your check ride, I'll pay for it. Visit groundschoolacademy.com to become a member today.